we'll talk a little bit about podcasts. I don't listen to podcasts. This is a vlog. I said podcasts should be banned, but this is a vlog, so technically I'm not podcasting. Even if you're getting a blank screen. But sort of didn't go anywhere, did they, the podcasts? You look at uh, Trap House, the best one, best known one. I think it's the most supported in the world at one point. That didn't really turn into anything, did they? It sort of jumped on the Bernie bandwagon a couple of times, and that didn't go anywhere. Um, yeah, they rigged it. Rat Boy was up to no good in Iowa, so he was never going to be allowed in Bernie. You can't even have anything sort of decent, half decent, in the Great Satan, the residents of the Great Satan over there in North America. And so, I mean, they didn't really say anything about lockdowns and vaccine mandates. Matt Kreisman or Felix Biederman. The other guy with the beard, I lost. Will Menaker. Um, don't know where Amber Ali Frost is. The other guy was up to some funny business with a teenager, Virgil, Texas. I don't want to talk about that. I don't know what exactly happened there. So it's sort of just a big nothing burger in the end. It's just all jokes, isn't it? Well, how are you going to change things that way? Podcasts, a bit of a dead end. I picked it right from the start. So did Phil Greaves. Um, it's just made them a lot of money and nothing else has happened. Another one, Red Scare. That's probably the more interesting one. I can't remember what their politics was at the start. I think they're sort of anti-liberal, anti-woke, probably dirtbag adjacent, probably. I don't know because I didn't want anything to do with podcasts from the start. But they're sort of trad now. Anna Khachiyan, she's Armenian, the daughter of a lecturer, the university lecturer, I think. The other one's a Ukrainian, actually, Dasha. She's a Catholic, I think, now. Um, People are whining about that. There's Peter Thiel, the investor. Um, don't mind him. I think he's involved in Rumble, and Rumble's quite a good platform. They publish anything, and the videos work better than YouTube. YouTube is being censored. Bucktooth Benny, I think, I read the Wikipedia. She's behind that. Bucktooth Benny in New Zealand. After the mosque thing. And so she's one of Klaus Schwab's puppets. Hideous woman. Grotesquely. All ugly. So Anna Khachiyan, she's Armenian like Berejiklian. And Berejiklian's another just hideously ugly sort of creature. Sort of loathsome. And I said I wasn't going to do that, but she's a terrible, wicked individual. Locking me out and locking us up. She's going to get hers, though, via ICAC, the Independent Commission Against Corruption. So she might be get a bit of comeuppance by the legal route. Chanters, ugly too, great demons. They're demonically ugly. They're demonic in their ways and their looks. But Anna Khachiyan, she was sort of androgynous for a few years. People thought she was sort of trans or, very sort of boyish tomboy, but she sort of changed that a bit as she's pivoted. I don't know. They picked her about her looks. I think she scrubs up all right with a bit of makeup. Could do with a little bit of a meat to get into use the Patreon money to whack on a few kilos and get a bit rounder for us men. They prefer that. Gay men. That was a gay men's. 30 years ago, they said that's a gay man's thing. The skinny women, thin women. They wanted the women to look like boys. Was it? I don't know. Who said that? Might have been Camille Paglia. Camille Paglia is. Anna Khachiyan is a fan of Camille. I read the Sexual Personae, I think, when I was at the wrong age. I think it's about 16 or 17 when I was just reading every book in the library. At that point, we had quite a good library in a little town, actually, provincial town. But yeah, Camille's really interesting. Even when you sort of just disagree, she's thought provoking. I do like Camille Paglia among feminists. Um, there's sort of not much to like sometimes. It's very odd, and sort of North American Anglosphere English feminism. Upper middle class white women sort of completely dominate. Um, and it's sort of a bit vacuous and yeah. Oh, I don't want to go into a diatribe about feminism, but her, the Armenian one, and Dasha, the Ukrainian one, they've gone trad, sort of neo-reactionary. They had a big thing. They were going to have Taylor Lorenz there, of all people. You have to be a bit online to know who she is, and they got some guy there. He's some weirdo. For some media event, they played a film or something. I read a very long review of it. The guy really seemed like a dork, to be honest. I think they were going to terrorise him a bit. They probably could have terrorised him a bit more. This guy with a Substack. Everyone has a Substack these days. So, but a lot of people are sort of melting down about sort of this little teal Red Scare. Nick Mullen, he's a well-known comedian. He runs a lot of parody accounts on Twitter, and supposedly, and one of them was caught up in the Twitter files. That was quite funny. That was one of the funniest things. Liberals, he's mocking transgenderism and these COVID-obsessed Branch Covidian liberals. And one of the tweets is, one of the accounts, he said, I won't count your vote if you're not wearing a mask, that sort of thing. And that got the attention of the FBI agents stationed at Twitter. Very bad situation there. Very spook infested it was before Musk, and probably after Musk. I don't think he'll do much because he's got a lot of contracts, military contracts. So I don't think that'll turn out well. I don't know, but people sort of can't invest yourself in what podcasters say, because I mean, who really cares? Some of it might be interesting. They had Glenn Greenwald on last week, Red Scare. So why are people sort of freaking out about it? I mean, you look at what's going on right now, and you think, well, Nick Mullen's transphobic. Well, who fucking cares? Who cares what these podcasters and comedians and other sort of media personalities, social media people? Oh boy, we've got so many problems, and it's an obvious point to make, but it's just so much energy is wasted and time fretting about what podcasters think, and if they have bad politics or supposedly bad politics or whatever, and it doesn't matter, does it? Who cares? Who's afraid of these people's opinions? So I mean, we've got the Dasher girl. Don't know much about her. Ukrainian. A lot of these Ukrainians are pouring in, and probably not such a good idea. A lot of them very reactionary and sort of backward people, to be frank. There's been a bit of drama in Portugal, of all places, between the sort of Stepan Bandera types and the communists in Portugal. They don't really want them there, I don't think. The Portugal Communist Party. There's a bit of friction there already about 6 months ago. So I don't know whether being flooded with these people is such a good idea. I mean, you could say it's better than, being flooded with Afghans or Somalis or Arabs, but Chechens, heaven forbid. And, well, that's not really saying much, is it? Saying you're sort of better than sort of an Afghani or a Somali, that's a very low hurdle. It's a very low bar to clear. But a lot of sex trafficking, I think. So, but no need to panic about who's this podcasters and sort of media personalities and their opinions. You're just wasting sort of energy. It's a waste of energy, waste of time. You really need to think a little bit more about spending your time and energy elsewhere, because there are far more important issues at stake right now.